go. 3, 2. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop. We are the 30 for 30 for independent artists in hip hop culture, which means when you come to Heritage Hip Hop, not only do you get an in-depth interview, we show the culture at its most immersed when it comes to entertainment, education, entrepreneurship, and most importantly, God culture. And today we're on Blerd-Hop on Heritage Hip Hop, which means we're going to the comic book, we're going to the entertainment side. That's not just beats and rhymes, but that's visual, that's introspective, and most importantly, brings the best out of you when you put yourself into it. Please introduce yourself to the people watching us on Heritage Hip Hop tonight.
Oh, I think we are Redonkulous Entertainment. I am Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm LeVar, Cool Breeze Queen.
And we represent Redonkulous Entertainment, a 9-man crew, which includes James, the hardest working man Brown.
Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
Courtney, the Watcher Jackson.
Nigel, the wild card Frazier.
And Ephraim, the lead artist Arana, the third.
And Michaela, the apprentice foreman. That's 9. When we let our 9 combine, LeVar, what happens when we combine?
We form one. We form Voltron.
Yeah. Y'all see how that was all coordinated? I ain't got to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So for all of you who have followed Heritage Hip Hop before, they've been on Heritage Hip Hop twice already, but they were more short interviews because we saw them at events. This is the first time we get to sit down with Redonkulous Entertainment. So we're going to rehash some old questions, but then we're going to bring y'all up to speed on not only what they have put out, but a movie premiere that's coming up very soon in Northfield, New Jersey, which we're going to direct you to their website because you need to be there. Believe me. So let's talk about Redonkulous. When I talked to Redonkulous Entertainment as a collective the first time, the big theme behind it was its family. And when you go to the website, there's pictures like it's family reunions, not just events. Tell me how the theme of family makes the business model successful and fuels the creativity of the business itself.
Well, can I go first, guys? Y'all mind?
Go right ahead.
All right, well, to me, I would explain it like this. One, our background, we're all friends that we knew each other for like 30 years or so. It shows our loyalty, and everybody that's within our families have become our families itself. We operate as one. All of us have our own specific duties and jobs that we bring to the table. I always said that we're like a pie. That everybody bring their own slice. We make the whole slice whole, like for real, like we work as a body, you know what I mean? You got your hands, you got your feet, you know what I mean? But
this is how you can tell we've been friends for so long.
No,
one will start saying something, the other person will start laughing at it, and it just goes on. So
for real. But for real,
I didn't say one thing. I didn't say nothing. I was listening.
You need both feet to walk, and we provide it. You know what I mean? Us working this sync, we form this body. Redonkulous Entertainment,
The body. See, the body is a very interesting thing because as a kid, I don't know if I'm showing my age, y'all can include, be with me on this, or y'all are fans of the new Netflix series Voltron. When a body comes together, each part brings a specific strength that brings totality to a moving creature, you know what I'm saying, or a moving essence. What is the strongest part of the body, and how do you highlight it in your business structure?
Wow, man, hip hop heritage, man, your questions, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, man. First of all, before we can answer that question, we've been interviewed a lot, not to brag, from up and down, East Coast, all the way from Egypt. You asked the most hardest hitting questions that challenged us intellectually. I have to respect you on that. I said that today. I told LeVar when I talked to him earlier, I said, LeVar, this guy's gonna ask some questions, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Tanya.
The strongest part, I would say, the strongest attribute that we have is just our energy. It's our energy, it's our fire, it's our passion, it's what people get when they meet us. And the first thing they notice is how energetic we are. Of course, how many of us there are, period. We are a 9-person team, obviously, but these are 9 people. They're all happy, they're all positive, they all have a lot of energy. And that automatically brings them into what we call the Redonkulous experience.
And can I add something to that? Well, for the part of the body, I would say it's the heart. Just to show our loyalty and our love that we have for each other, and the loyalty and the love that we have for what we created since we were kids. It's like a heart pumps blood, that has the body like live and does what it do and gives its ability and whatnot. And that's just us. That's our passion. Our heart pumps the passion throughout all of us, and we and we shoot forward. Like I'm telling you, like it's a fiery drive that we all have within us. We had this vision since we were kids. Yeah. What else can I say? It's a love. I say it's the heart. The heart pumps the blood. It's the life force of the body, and that's exactly what we have. It's a fire of creativity within our chest, and it's like a bursting star. We can't be contained.
I love how you said that, because if not for the heart, let's put it in musical terms. What is the heart of a beat? Do you know?
Yeah, that's what to me. What is the heart of a beat, you said?
Mm-hmm.
The beat is that's the drum beat, is the beating of the heart.
So if the heart of the beat is the drum, then the drum is the heart in which life moves. Vice versa. Right. So if your heart is the strongest point of the body, that means the rhythm of life that you have taken is taking your own creative steps to have others follow your path and your beat. See, in life we call it a journey. In music we call that a scale. See how they go up when they go on a journey?
I know all about the scales, boy.
and a person knows how serious their journey is because they mark their journey in steps or scales. So then they know how they're elevating. Right. Tell me about the first elevation point that came from Redonkulous, from when it started as a meeting to its first major victory that you would say is a victory.
Okay, let me get this one, guys. let me get. Okay, this is actually an easy question. The very first victory was when we sat down. We all sat down at the table, 8 of us. We said, "Yo, we're going to make a combo. We're going to come out with Mayhem Blood Moon 1." The leader artist said, "I will draw it." That was the first major victory then. From then, him saying that he was going to draw it and we having the script ready to go, we made a comic book, and that was always the goal. The goal was to make one comic book. One comic book from kids from Atlantic City, from the hood. I mean, we from Atlantic City, we from the streets. The goal was to make a comic book. The victory of making one comic book exploded into so much more.
You mean
before I know you got something to say, go ahead.
This book right here?
That book right there. That one right there.
That book right there.
Yeah. Look how much joy that brings since you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I come across people who want books or create books, right? But the difference between your book and other people's books I've seen is not the passion in which the book was made. It's the passion in the presentation of the work. Yeah. See, everybody says, I put my all into it. I put my all into it. And then you get something. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can see this is carefully, like, look, the inking, the drawing,
everything hand drawn,
everything takes
word for word.
Right.
Writer to artist, and it's up to editor. Everything was connected, like LeVar said, to a unit. Right. So when that ink went to pen, everything was perfectly detailed, and this is a group effort combo. What you see, this is not. I don't know how the credits or the names go, but Redonkulous Entertainment. This is a group.
All 9 of us are involved in just every aspect of this project of success, and with all the projects we do that matter.
Everything we do, now I'm going. Everything we do is like the heart. You're right. Yeah. We beat together. We don't like that. We do like it has to be a unanimous decision almost.
Absolutely.
Which is it could be a long hour argument about Blood Moon Police Gun Up.
I was about to say everything is a conversation. Everything that's being done with these stories is talked about amongst the whole crew. You know, ideas are just put out there. You know, we take care of that. You know, like nothing's done without the other person's knowing. Like if we do come up with something, we inform one other person, or they tell everybody else, or whatever the case is.
It's a big,
but like I said,
it's a domino effect.
It's a group.
One person, then it spreads.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
And that just comes from all of us knowing each other for so long too. That's just how we all are. That's how we were as kids. That's how we've all always been. So even running a business, that doesn't change. Those bonds and that work ethic doesn't change.
I always grew up alone. I didn't have a crew of people till I got to a certain age, and then I saw life differently. So to have a friend that you can form a business with and grow with on a whole nother level is a bond or a strength that most people want to teach the world about through their creative genius. So let me know, does Redonkulous Entertainment's comic books reflect the people behind its personality, friendship? Does it reflect your spirit as characters in these books?
Let me get this
Go ahead.
Let me go first, read this one, and then I think this is a individual question for everybody. So we make our own characters of the individual of our imagination. I believe that Redonkulous Entertainment, the physical people we are, Kevin Nicole Fire Martin, Tiny First Lady Phillips, the Horror Reach Queen, that's a whole different thing. And that reflects on how much passion comes into our character making.
I would say, just like how you said, like our characters are come from us like individually, but together we make a whole story with them. You know, the whole origin of how these characters were made since we were kids. Now let's put that out there too. These characters we had when we were kids. Like for me, the passion started way back then. For our love for comic books in general, and we say, you know what, we can make our own comic books based on the little game that we played called The Game. Remember? It's just.
I remember my name Spice still.
This is why I say like no. That's the argument.
I'm sitting there right now on hip hop heritage. So Bayou's Moon, that's Blood Moon's name.
No.
I'm the one who named him to Bayou's Moon. Okay, I'm the one who named him to Bayou's Moon.
Okay.
Okay. It's Blood Moon. It's called Blood Moon, but I named him to Bayou's Moon.
Okay.
It's recorded now.
I did. LeVar Kubri's Queen, impact player. Hey man.
A lot of revision going on.
Let's let that be known.
Just let that. Oh, it's already record. I named it Spice Moon. But okay, let's move on.
Move on. Kubri's made him move on. Yeah.
But I like how y'all said that, because being an artist is one of the most slept on, but needed fields that a person can ever get into. Like, let's look at it from a fan perspective before a business perspective. A superhero is a person, especially a young man's. You can tell me about a young lady as well, please. But a superhero is a young man's desire to be more than this skin that holds back his genuine spirit. Young boys look at Spider-Man and they see the underdog that wins. Or they see Batman, they see the person who goes through pain become more. Some women see Wonder Woman as the symbol of love that's strong, yet feminine and powerful at the same time. When you made your characters, what did you want your characters to embody, not just become when it came to the paper they were printed on?
Well, we all made individual characters in a sense, so that would become from an individual point of view. So I'm with Black Ninja. I'll go first with Black Ninja, then I know we'll go around. I was just always in love with ninjas. Just that simple question. I always wanted to make a ninja comic book. And this is not just a ninja comic book now. LeVar.
With me, I love to write since I was younger. You know, so the thought of making an excellent story and having people see what I had came up with in my mind always been my passion and my drive. And just to see what their reaction is, whether it's a negative or positive, I just wanted to see. So I craved that. With Blood Moon, in the creation of Blood Moon, I was thinking, what can I teach? So I was teaching the nature of people's follies and how they could, how decisions and how they act actually plays a major role like in their life. you know. Certain immaturities, like certain immaturities that people show, you know what I mean? People might not realize how their actions might affect others around them. And Blood Moon's story is perfect for that, you know? Blood Moon will eventually learn that his follies.
Okay, that's enough spoilers. That's enough spoilers.
No. I mean, you still got to read it to find out exactly. I mean, like what happens. I mean, it's not so much of a spoiler. It's just the lesson I want to put forth out there. I could say, you know what I mean? Because it's dealing with life in general. Your actions, and it's about consequences. Consequences are both positive and negative. No matter what you do, everything has consequences and it affects those around them. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, Blood Moon will, you'll see. That's all. That's all.
We want our characters to embody parts of our personalities. I'd say each of the characters have certain distinct parts of everyone's personality. So I think that was, my answer is pretty short and sweet, but I think that was a big deal in making these characters. Again, with 9 people, a lot of personalities, little pieces of each person's personalities in certain characters. So I think that was a big part of making it.
And as Redonkulous Entertainment, unity, to answer your overall question, we're just living, breathing unity in everything we do, even through our characters.
Unity is the goal of all movements. Like,
yes,
when you look at the disgusting nature of our society, it's built on people having a broken camaraderie instead of a united front amongst each other. You see what I'm saying? We've seen that through the drug trade. We've seen that through COINTELPRO. We see that now in laws and things that have been sanctioned that has destroyed the American fiber. I want to ask you a question. With heroes, merch, an identity that goes beyond just you, the individual, that means something more. How do we reflect the society we're in, yet give it hope through our creation? And how do you do that with yours?
Like I said, in our story making, in our character development and building, giving our characters like a purpose and showing that our characters aren't just like perfect, that they have their own individual life problems that might actually relate to somebody out there. Like I said, I also want to teach in our stories. That's why I said that consequences plays a major part in life, whether positive or negative, and that what you do affects yourself ultimately and others around you. It causes people to think about what they do and be cautious about it.
Quite a few of our characters actually, just kind of piggybacking off what LeVar said too, they're put in situations where they have to make a decision. I always explain, like for instance with Charge, it's hit with a lightning bolt and he gets struck with the powers of a god. So it's like, well, what would you do in that position? What decisions would you make on a day-to-day basis? Would it be for good or for bad? And I think we're all put in situations where we have to determine like which road are we going to take? We're going to take the high road, we're going to take the low road. So that's a lot of how we reflect society in our books.
Y'all do a masterful job too. I love the books. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't get this interview just because I seen y'all and I just offered it. I studied it. I studied you, and I wanted people to
Thank you.
I wanted people to actually know you exist for the simple reason that comic book culture is dying very fast. And the reason why it's dying is because the mainstream comic books are garbage. You know what I'm talking about. Where we have this is a disclaimer, y'all. This is not their thoughts. These are mine. So if you get mad at me. Okay. We have a world where they've taken Superman and made his son bisexual, and people tried to actually kill Tom Taylor and the guy who drew the book. You see what I'm saying? We have Robin become a bisexual, and we've had people who protested Batman in the 40s and 50s Their paper is being re-bought out about how Batman really is about alternate lifestyle. I don't care who people sleep with. That's not my issue. My issue is entertaining people through your own lens can hurt the fabric of a story, because now we're forcing imagery or we're forcing opinions out there that do not need to be. The structure of Redonkulous for me is that the stories are not forced, the stories are reflective. That the average man can't be Batman, but the average man deals with consequences or decision making or honor, or more importantly, peer pressure.
Right.
How does your books help heal society instead of just entertaining it?
I think entertainment is a part of the way to heal society, isn't it? I mean, like when you go look at a movie, you go to the movies, which you can do with us December 9th. You want to escape reality. You want to have a good time. Entertainment can help society because you can look at these guys like, oh man, life is hard. But these guys, they make me laugh, they make me smile, they make me cry. They take me on an emotional roller coaster. When we entertain, we don't do it because the masses say, this is what you got to do. When we entertain, we do it because we want you to have a good time. And that will help society. If you look at Redonkulous, everything we do, even to this interview, even to the energy that I'm talking in, it's to entertain you, to take you out your norm or your misery, or maybe even make you a happy moment, because that happens, happier. So it's, if you're truly an entertainer, if you're truly in the entertainment business and you truly do care, you can help society just by being real.
Can I chime in?
We're gonna do it anyway.
Well, the thing is about Redonkulous Entertainment is we are ourselves. You know what I mean? In order to heal society, we need to let people know, just be yourself. Just be yourself and not try to make everybody happy. You know what I mean? By being yourself, you could be the most realistic you could be instead of trying to force something on people about something that you really not or whatever, or trying to make people understand something that you fully don't understand. Just be yourself. And when you be yourself, I'm saying, and when you be yourself, you're gonna present things, you know? You're gonna show the world like reality. Because if you're trying to be something that you're not, that's fake and it's not reality. You know what I mean? So in order to heal what's real, you gotta be real. Go ahead, Tony.
I always say that our main job, what we do, and no matter whatever medium that we do it through YouTube, through comic books, through movies, our main job, our duty, our responsibility is to tell a good story.
Right.
Tell a good story, because that is what will outlive us. That's what will outlive the test of time, is a good, solid, just informative, entertaining story.
Let's talk about the delivery of Redonkulous Entertainment. For everybody who doesn't know, this is Karev, Heritage Hip Hop. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell. They have a page as well, Redonkulous Entertainment. Make sure you do the same thing. If you're streaming this on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, or whatever, make sure you give a 5-star rating, because this is quality stuff, and we're going to go into Redonkulous Entertainment's vision. Let me ask you this. Do you know how interesting it is that you have a donkey as the head of your business structure? Why did you pick the donkey? Like, really bring me into that.
This is a misconception we have about this logo.
Okay.
And I want to clear this logo up.
Okay.
The logo is not a donkey. The logo is an R, donkey, E. Under the R, Redonkulous, under the E, it's the entertainment. That's the logo. Okay. People see a donkey, but they don't see the vision. This R, donkey, E, Redonkulous Entertainment is actually the logo. But our mascot is not a donkey. Our mascot is R, donkey, E, Redonkulous Entertainment. I have to clear that up. That bothers me when people say that, actually.
I'm glad you brought that up, though. I'm glad you did, because listen, it works perfectly for y'all vision, though. LeVar, let me ask you a question. What does a donkey mean to the spiritual eye?
To the spiritual eye, it's well, if I'm gonna go spiritual, I gotta go back to, like, that Bible story where what's his name? Can't remember the dude's name, but God had opened the mouth of the donkey right? For real. Because the dude was beating his donkey and he's trying to go one way. But, you know, obviously, you know, God had opened the donkey's mouth because there's an angel put in that path. If he used to cross that path, the angel's going to kill him, right? So the guy had opened the donkey's mouth and the donkey actually spoke to the dude and said, why do you, I think his name is Balaam, something like that, in fact. Like, yeah. And the donkey asked him, why did you beat me these 3 times? What did I do, pretty much? So therefore, it's like, it causes people to open their eyes, let you see. For real. Like the dude didn't even, for real, the dude didn't even recognize that the donkey was talking to him in the story. Like he just talked to him normally. So therefore, it's an eye opener, okay? Because he didn't see the angel that's about to destroy him right before him. So you see this donkey it cause you to open your eyes to recognize, you know? You got something breaking. You got something great before you.
Homie. Yeah.
You got something great before you.
Ladies and gentlemen, LeVar just had his DMX moment.
Buckle up, we got more coming. But really get started yet.
Yeah. But Miss Phil, sir, let me know, what does the donkey spiritually mean for you?
Spiritually. And I'll be honest, I never thought about it on a spiritual level, what it means to me, the donkey itself. Mm-hmm. I can tell you what redonkulous, the actual word redonkulous means to me on a spiritual level or an emotional level.
Let's do it.
If I may. Mm-hmm. That means that it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be into things that maybe the status quo is not into. Anyone can be redonkulous. That's one of the things that we always say, and we invite people to #get redonkulous with us. Meaning, have fun, have a good time, be whoever you are in that moment, and be proud of it.
Okay, that's why your company works, because y'all both describe the same thing in definition to what a donkey is when it comes to a spiritual level. Now, you said it's not a donkey, so sir, I apologize, but I'm going on with what I see. The spiritual
the
meaning
logos are donkey.
Okay. The spiritual meaning of a donkey is strong, strong-willed, determined, unbreakable, able to bear and overcome all things in front of it. That's what your company has done. Because being an individual and having that logo means so much more than just being a company. See, when nothing happens by accident, that's why I said spiritually, because when the Most High works within our creative juices, he's putting something in us to be a monument for somebody to see later. So for some people, we see a donkey, and some people like, what the fuck is a donkey on a book? Right. But look, but you turned it into it's redonkulous. It's our donkey, because it's, you give your mantra. My man, boy, his best Earl Simmons out for real. And he talked about. I know this story. The mouth of the donkey talked because yes, the angel was going to kill him, the guy who was riding him, because he was going past God's will. True. If you look at it from, let's just say Mexican history, the donkey is the symbol of determination because Mexicans have been some of the strongest fighters that have always fought against Cristobal, the Portuguese, etc. So there is a spiritual history to it. That's the determination of a people and what they stand for. I love that the company stands for individuality and being yourself, because if you can't be yourself, you are a failure from the beginning of the first breath that you take in, which we call life. So by you establishing your company with that picture, not your logo, but that picture in your logo, you are standing for something that people don't do every day, and that's stand up for themselves. I wanted to salute you for that.
I like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I have more questions. I mean, that's just the beginning.
All right.
Okay. So, and reading your books, I got the overall theme of finding self, but a determined self, not a reaction of self. What's the most important lesson you learned about yourself as you continued to build together and make your books and then go into merchandise and other things?
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
That there is nothing we can't do. There's nothing that we cannot do, especially if we all do it together. You know, the power of 9 people, it's unmatched, really. You know, and to be 9 people of color all doing this, and again, we've known each other for so long. There is no avenue that we cannot go into and just dominate. So that I think that's really like the most important lesson that I know for myself personally that I've learned through all this.
Anybody else?
I agree. I was
mean,
going to say, no, Breeze, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I was going to say, like, right along the lines of Tanya, you know? Like, I agree 100% with Tanya. It's the unity of us. I'm like, on some real stuff. Yeah. You think about it. That's one of the major things that everybody actually points out about us, too. They hear our backstory, how long we've been friends. Everybody say that. Every single last person that I know that I talked to that mentioned that, they said, wow, for real, you guys been friends for that long and we still together? That's amazing all in itself.
Actually, I was going to say that these are some of the biggest egos I ever had to deal with in my life. Actually. And it taught me extreme, and when I say extreme, I mean extremely humbling patience. Dealing with these large, massive artists on a grand scale, from 6 comic books to making a movie. Egos is hard to deal with. Taught me patience, but on a personal level. And some people say I have ego. No, I'm the co-founder.
Oh yeah, right. Like
I never said that.
But it's patience. On a personal level, patience. But what Tanya and LeVar said, I 100% agree. We can do anything. You can do anything.
Word.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Everybody that's watching. You know what the best thing about your team is to me? Y'all bring the party to the convention. Y'all don't just show up and sell at a convention.
Right.
If anybody hasn't seen Heritage Hip Hop, please go to our Blerd-Hop playlist and you'll see them. And I'll have a movie on Instagram. My man got the whole Redonkulous like thing. He walking around like Captain Redonkulous or whatever. He just showing off. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Captain Redonkulous. Mr. Redonkulous.
Yeah, something. But all I know is that's what's needed, because one thing about our people, we entertain ourselves because we have so much pain. And when you can bring that joy to it, not only is it going to make people gravitate to you, your message is going to be that much stronger, because now you can hit people's minds and their hearts. Everybody's reaching for the wallet, not knowing if you don't see me, if you don't understand me, if you don't listen to me, if you don't consider me, I will never invest in you. I want to ask you this. From your time being Redonkulous Entertainment, not just 9 superheroes besides Wu-Tang that have changed the world. I want to ask you.
Compared to Wu-Tang a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. I'm going to say is, from that time, what's been the most rewarding remark or response you got for somebody who's been touched by you, not just invested in you?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I go.
No, not yo.
It's actually been a couple of times, because over a few years, you know, people hearing our stories, just simply talking to me, getting to know me, I actually brought out a talent that they had, that they or inspiration that they once had and fell off, like other writers. You know, they've been inspired to actually pick up a pen. Somebody just recently just decided to pick up a pen and actually begin his story again. He wrote a whole prologue out and allowed me to read.
LeVar, let me cut you off real quick. I want to cut you off because I want to talk about you. What LeVar just said, the way this man inspired people, it's like none other. We all have our strength in inspiring people, but the way LeVar do it is through natural passion of what he talks about, and it inspires me. And I do it through, as you know, as you call, I'm Mr. Redonkulous, Captain Redonkulous. I do it through my energy. I have a natural energy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know how else I go. I'm going. Let's go. Let's go. So the way LeVar talks to me inspires me. The way I talk to Tanya, who inspires me in another way too, inspires her. And she has a very lady energy that just draw royalty, if you will, energy. bring. That I know I'm not answering your question, but I just had to give Blerd and trying to compliment there. I'm sorry. The greatest compliment that I guess I can answer it now was when
I was cracking up.
when my godson, 40 son, who's in the movie, Kyle 40 Lee, he's in the movie. His son, he came to me on December 18th when we had Maven Arrow shot, and he said, "Can I have your autograph? I want to be like you guys one day." That, and we get a lot of compliments. That touched me in a different way. Like when my own godson asked my autograph. Wow. I don't think anybody. Yeah.
Our apprentice, actually, Michaela Foreman, we met her at first Comic-Con we did. And she was so influenced by us and just kind of, she wanted to come on and to learn how to draw books with us and kind of study under us. And I think for me, it was at that point that I realized, wow, this is bigger than us. Like, wait a minute, people are watching. People are watching what we do and the stuff that we put out and our progress and things. So that was really pretty cool. And that was the first time for me that I really took that in, I suppose.
Y'all inspire me on another level too. How did y'all like the movie The Harder They Fall?
That was a good movie. I'm not big on westerns.
That's my point, and I'm glad you brought that up. Because a well-known Hollywood director and producer said the comic book genre is killing Hollywood. And what we need is for somebody to go back to the past of great American storytelling and bring American storytelling back out of the superhero genre. We need something like a Western. And it took our people to bring a Western. And we made our own Avengers of historical figures who are heroes. Maybe not comic book spandexing, but they're heroes. And they showed America that the story, like you said, is the main thing that matters. I want to ask you this. In the book of your life to this point, what is the most important chapter that people will have to read to understand you and your company when they interview or learn about you?
Oh my goodness.
That's a good question.
Questions.
That's a good question.
That's
a good question.
I can't even answer that question. Damn. Jeez.
Well, if I could say this here, all right, because we're all cool, but we're not perfect. We had our struggles, and that would be one of the main aspects I would tell people. All right, they ever read our biography books? One day when they come out,
they will come out.
They will.
Redonkulous Entertainment will have autobiographies, trust me, individual and a group.
You check and see that we have flaws. You check and see that we had our issues and struggles. But you also notice that we fought our way out, and we also recovered and we learned. We learned from our mistakes and we grew. Because like I said before, life is about consequences, both negative and positive. And we learn from them and we grow from them. And we build better relationships from them. If there's anything dealing with my story per se, I let them speak, is to look at my struggles and watch how I persevere and make it through.
DMX?
What?
Hey, listen, actually, DMX is actually my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
All right, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. Hey, look, check this out. Just to even talk about the importance of story, I'm gonna just give myself a cheap plug. On heritagehiphop.com, we have exclusive playlists, right? And I made an exclusive playlist called The Art of Story Rhymes Part 1, celebrating all the MCs that give us great story rhymes. So you have Biggie, Big L, King Von, D Bridges, and so on, right? If you had to tell the perfect story, not only through art, but through music, what music style or voice would be the perfect theme song for Redonkulous Entertainment?
That's an impossible question.
Wow.
It's 9 people, 9 personalities, 9 inners. You can't say one individual voice. For instance, I'm a rock and roll guy. So from me, 1/8 owner of Redonkulous Entertainment, it would be a voice of a rock and roll guy. particularly Freddie Mercury, that pops in my mind. LeVar, you're actually a rock and roll guy too, right?
Yeah, I listen to all brands. Like, I listen to a variety of different music. I could tell you about Avenged Sevenfold all the way down to like to some Usher stuff, or we can even talk about like a gospel. I can even go to gospel,
And then, right. And then in this one here.
I'm just saying.
This one here you don't have enough time.
I'm all over the place. Okay.
Every decade.
Yeah.
Every decade. Yeah.
Every decade.
I study classical. I have played jazz. Like I can go all over.
So one voice, it's literally impossible to sum up what we will be. That's an impossible question. It'll be voices, and those voices will be individual, and then they will harmonize, if you will, to form one voice. But we can't say just one voice.
I beg to differ.
I could be real.
I beg to differ, because you said you had one voice in the beginning. What you did was family, unity, camaraderie, drive. So there is a voice there. We just haven't found the artist. So then here's my challenge to Redonkulous Entertainment. We need a playlist that perfectly reflects you. So when people come to see that movie or read them books, they getting ready to it like before they even get to the actual presentation. Because sometimes the buildup of the meal, that smell, makes the meal that much more fulfilling. You see what I'm saying? One thing a lot of people fail to do, they fail to deliver. They just give you product. That's why I like y'all. Because y'all deliver before the product comes.
We deliver.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
We have a soundtrack for the movie too. We have a soundtrack for the movie. But it won't hype you up. It'll take you on an emotional roller coaster.
Right, which reflects the movie itself.
Right.
But that's the reason why it's called The Road to Reminisce.
Which
is coming soon. Everybody telling y'all, I'll follow these folks. Listen, I need to get on RedonkulousEntertainment.com right now and get y'all not only get some books, but you can get some lessons on growth. And that's what a lot of people fail. Let me ask you a question, entertainment wise, because this is a comic book and we're representing Blerd-Hop from Heritage Hip Hop. I'm gonna ask you this. Do you know the genius and the curse behind the Batman story?
Nah.
The genius and the curse behind the Batman story.
Yes. Are you gonna attempt? Let's go.
I want to attempt it. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The genius and the curse behind the Batman story is this. One, I say genius because it's an excellent story told. The curse of the Batman himself is that what happened to him actually made him almost similar to the villains that he faced. He's an individual who dresses up at night and tries to go on crime. You get what I'm saying? Which also attracts his villains to him. You get what I'm saying? So in a way, he's just as crazy as his villains. Technically. But just on the right path. Almost like Dexter. You know how
I just can't believe that Earl Simmons is my favorite rapper.
I mean, I'm just being me, man. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being me.
How about you were close, but you missed the mark? Watch this. Everything in American society reflects the society that it revolves in. So the eloquence of Batman isn't the fact it's about losing and becoming better. It's about the human mind at its core. Because if Joker is one bad thing can turn you crazy, and Batman is one bad thing can turn you good, what about kleptomanias? That's Catwoman. What about the people who are spoiled rich snobs, which is Penguin? What about the duality of life, but going schizophrenic at the same time, which is Two-Face? The tragedy and the thing that makes Batman great and horrible at the same time is that every villain reflects every single person in the life we live. That's why even today, the new characters reflect cosplayers who want to be the character, but they can't live up to it. Or the person on the computer who's not tough, but where they can push keys and change the world. See, that's what makes once again consequential storytelling, like you said, you have so endearing, because everybody's going to be a crazy bastard that walks around in spandex and draws outside his pants, right. And then we have people who love books but see movies, and the movies don't reflect the books. What I hope is when people see your movie, they're gonna be drawn into you and respectfully drawn into your creation to know they're different, yet they hold the same goal and the same key at the same time, which is growth, development, inspiration, and honor. So with that, I honor y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, man. Thank you.
Jeez, man, that's enough already.
Once again, this is Forever Heritage Hip Hop. When we talking to Redonkulous Entertainment, like I said, y'all, it's more than books. It's family. It's camaraderie. If blood is thicker than water, then you're gonna have to learn how to swim through the thickness of the love that they have for each other. So go to their website and make sure you see the pictures. See the trailer. It's funny. They got the picture on the road and everybody's faces is a dog in there, which is hilarious.
The dog is family. Dog is family.
Hey, look, like I said,
family.
Yeah.
This is deeper than just, okay, they have a book.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's character, family, humility, love, and most importantly, inspiration in the story as well. So please give them your social media and let's build.
We if you follow us on Instagram, we will follow you back.
Yeah, we are on Instagram at Redonkulous Ent, Facebook under Redonkulous Entertainment, as well as YouTube. You can look up Redonkulous Entertainment. And our website is www.redonkulousent.com.
That's everything.
All right, y'all. So with that being said, I mean, this is Forever Heritage Hip Hop saying thank you for watching the first part of the interview. Now we get to the fun part. Are y'all ready for this?
Okay.
Okay. This is right. I think this is the part I'm here for.
This is the rapid fire questions, which means these are not yes, no questions. These are questions that show the depth, the understanding, and your acumen in the field that you're in and your personality that you show. So here we go.
Here we go, rapid fire.
Because you are a comic book company, I'm gonna put superheroes and I'm gonna put music together, and we're gonna mismatch this thing into a fun diaspora of thought. All right.
Okay.
What album or song from an artist perfectly reflects you?
Again,
What album?
it's tough. Nine
What album or
personalities.
song?
No, you, not to everybody. You.
Oh, me as an individual?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I go first. I'll go first, and I'm gonna go gospel. All right, and I'm gonna go with Donnie McClurkin, and I'm gonna take his song "Stand." Actually, I could use a couple of his songs.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little.
Cause
I'm sorry, Bart.
go.
I'm gonna go a little Wayne. I'm me because I'm me.
I am going to go with I don't remember who exactly the name of the singer is, but it's from the soundtrack The Greatest Showman. A song called "This Is Me."
Yeah.
Okay, I respect that. Flip it. Comic books. If there's a comic book character out there right now that exists, what character would you take from another company and put in your own books because you know you can write or make them better than what they are right now?
Oh, you kidding me?
Not one single one. Not one single one.
Nope.
Nobody. Not one. I will not take anybody's stuff because it's not Redonkulous stuff. That's not one. It's nobody. You know what characters inspire me? Maven Bloodmoon inspired me. Maven Arrowshot inspired me. Spurt inspired me. Night Owl inspires me. So
Hallelujah.
there is no other characters. I don't live in the world of DC and Marvel. I know I'm comic book fans, they're gonna be mad. I live in the world of Redonkulous Entertainment.
It goes back to when we were kids, you know.
Like to when we was a kid.
We were big
when people were
fans
talking
of-
Spider-Man, me and LeVar was like, Bloodmoon shot that Black Ninja.
Yeah, we
And I was
actually
like, Black
said
Ninja blocked it with the swords.
we actually said we could make our own characters. We actually said we could make our own characters, and that's what we did.
Just because we have 6 comics out now, let's be clear. The RCU, the Redonkulous Comics universe, is massive. It is story after story that is a universe that goes to our God, which we call Rick. Think about that. Okay, our God is called Rick. That's how massive it goes. We have from the creators of God, which we call Rick, all the way down to Hasaka Amin.
Osaka, I mean, that's the.
All the way down, because you know he's a shoot level guy.
In other words, we got plenty of stuff. The world is gonna be excited for what they see on us. Like I mentioned before about the Balaam. No, like I mentioned before about the Balaam and the donkey story. That you know he couldn't see what's great in front of him, but you know But as soon as God had opened his eyes, and that's what we want you to do, we want you to open your eyes and see greatness before you. You know, we have much to show you, you know.
Lots.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
much.
Back to music.
Back to music.
There's certain places you could go where you can hear something and it puts you on another level. It inspires you to go outside of yourself, right? Back to the books. How does your books show you the other side of yourself that you didn't even know existed within yourself, not just your character?
Oh man.
I've been on a journey for self-discovery for the last 5 years. So, I'm really in tune with myself. So that's going to be hard for me to answer.
For me, it shows how, all right, if I could be honest, it shows.
No lie.
No. I say that for a reason, because it's a deep thing for me. Like I mentioned before, my whole theme tonight seems to be consequences. In the course of my life, it showed me, honestly, in my mistakes and how, like, yo, for real, like, listen, like,
Yeah.
like it taught me how to stay focused, and what would happen if I lose that focus and veer off the course of my life and where I'm supposed to be going. Not only does that teach me, it actually teaches others too. Stay on that correct path. Once you veer off, you're bound to actually dive into something that you're not supposed to get into, or it's going to take you down the wrong path where you meet the wrong people or whatever the case is. And then, you know, your story would dwindle down then. But to me, it taught me to stay focused on the path that I need to be on, that I know I should be on. It taught me how to be not how to be the man I'm supposed to be, but it helped me grow into a better man.
Okay, I respect that. Miss Fields, you got anything you want to say?
I do. Our stories, our characters in these stories have taught me determination. Determination. Have taught me grit. You know, the stuff that, you know, that really makes you who you are. You know, and all of our characters, they go through on a journey to kind of find that out. So that's really about what it's about for me: determination, grit.
You know, the most fly thing about God is God does the same thing many times, but because of the geographical influence or the placement in time that you are, the actual thing that's made, even though it's the same as somebody else's, can hit a different way but have the same meaning. You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine how fly God is like this. We in New Jersey, we're used to maple trees and stuff like that, right? But you could go to Cali and see a palm tree. Now, the job of a tree is to give oxygen, but the way it looks in the climate, the tree will hit you different, but you appreciate the same job 2 different ways. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that, where have you taken your work, your book, your creative genius, your juices, or whatever you want to call it? What other place have you taken it where people have seen others like you, but they walked away with something different and appreciated the thing that is you that other people did not even get from someone else?
We made a movie. That's what we did. We took our creative genius, our juices or whatever. It's the same thing. Redonkulous Entertainment did the same thing we did to make a combo. We came together and made a movie. We just took it from print to the big screen. That's one example. I know it's probably more.
Right. Even with, let's take Night Owl, for instance. Okay. Night Owl, to look at him, you can tell obviously clearly he is a vigilante. He is a street level hero, but that's just it. He doesn't have, you know, a bunch of fancy gadgets like some people do. He has, again, going back to that determination and grit, he has just that, and just the drive to find the man who killed his brother. He knows who killed his brother, and bring that man to justice by any means necessary. Doesn't matter who he has to go through to get to him. It doesn't matter what obstacles he has to go through to get to him. Again, he doesn't have all the fanciest gadgets or the fanciest technology or anything like that. He just has drive and determination. That's it.
We make videos. I know you're gonna go to the right. I said our video. When we make a video, when we make a 40-second post, we make it where you be like, oh, I want these guys. It makes me think of comic books, even though our 40-second post could be about Redonkulous way. Everything we do reflects the palm tree, the maple tree. Everything we do reflects the comic books. It reflects Redonkulous in every way. Go ahead, LeVar.
It makes me take. All right. It makes me make the worst possible scenario that I could be in and turn it into the best. Make it be like the best moment that, or not make. Or let me rephrase this because I'm trying to put it together right. All right. It allows me to take. No, it allows me to make the best. How can I put this? It's difficult. All right. It allows me to actually turn the worst scenario that I could be in into like one of the best things, or utilize the worst scenario that I could possibly be in life and make the best of it, rather. Like, if you know my story, you understand what I'm saying. Because when people actually see me while I was in that scenario, they actually praise that. They say, you know what? You didn't let this keep you down. A lot of people will be in here stressing or depressed, not realizing what to do in life. But you took, but you took this scenario, but you took this scenario, you flipped it all around for your good. Yeah, you ain't here right now, but you took it and you flipped it.
Keep saying fair, right?
I like it. Good, keep going. Nah, keep going. Preach, good, DMX, good.
No, like,
hey, I'm throwing out some Redonkulous Signals out here. So I'm just going to say one word. It might not make sense, but the word is February. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Hashtag Redonkulous Ent.
Yeah, Redonkulous Ent. February.
Pay attention in February. Pay attention in February, folks, because you're gonna learn a lot. But like I said,
February's like History Month too. So
right.
Throw it out there.
Is Redonkulous gonna start extending itself into anime or cartoons and things like that with the characters?
The world. We want the world. We're gonna extend ourselves into any entertainment is vast. Yes. And we want all vastity of it.
Because I believe in Redonkulous Entertainment, I want to ask this question humbly, but with a real edge answer to it. What is the voice in the comic book community that Redonkulous has that the rest of the comic books don't have?
That's our question. I love the comic book community.
The voice that we have in the comic.
What you get from us won't be forced. What you get from us, it will be real. You know, it'll be us. It'll be love. Love that we want to share with y'all, you know?
We're unapologetic about anything we do. We're not going to apologize. If somebody be like, oh, your comic book is too dark. Well, did you make a comic book? Or your movie was too sad. Well, did you make a movie? Or if you want to ask questions, that's the honest answer. We're unapologetic. We're not going to apologize for anything. We're going to keep going forward. What makes us different, nobody's going to stop us. No, nothing's going to derail us. We're going to just keep going forward. And we got the, well, good for you, but did you do this? Type of attitude. I mean,
I love it.
A lot of people take criticism and take it to heart and nah, fuck it. Can I say fuck?
Yes. Good, yes.
Fuck that. We're going to go forward. You know what I mean? We're like I said, we're from Atlantic City. When comic books weren't cool, we're not. Comic books are cool now, but we wasn't growing up when it was cool.
Yeah. What side of Atlantic City y'all from? Wait. Well, let's do into that. What side of Atlantic City are y'all from?
If you're from Atlantic City, then you're just from Atlantic City.
No. Look. Everybody knows Atlantic City. Well, everybody knows Atlantic City. Okay. Everybody knows Atlantic City because they know about the casinos. But if you really know Atlantic City got sides. Y'all said inland, all that. Look.
West side, yeah.
Look. But we know Atlantic City got some. Listen.
Yeah.
Like back
Listen.
back in the day, there used to be the courts, the inlet. You know what I mean?
Like,
Bro,
These guys used to come from the inlet all the way out to my house, walk out to the west side to come hang out with me.
Mhm.
So
Listen, the Atlantic City got a lot of stories. They got to understand. Remember, Atlantic
Yeah.
Atlantic City is the inspiration for Gotham City. That's what Batman's from.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then you got the Boardwalk Empire stories. You know
Yeah.
that.
right.
And anybody who
Yeah.
travels down
Mhm.
40, you know about 40. All right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's be real. That's something I didn't touch on in the main part of the interview, and I wanted to touch on here because it's good to be a feel-good story of where you're from, but people got to know about the land in which you're from to appreciate the people that you are.
Mhm.
What is the main part of Atlantic City that you bring into your creative comic books, and creative essence, and movies and genius that people may not know about Atlantic City that they need to know to understand you? Shout out to Jersey, by the way.
Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out.
References, huh?
Nah.
Y'all want me to go first? Y'all want me to go
Yeah.
first?
Sure.
All right. I want y'all to see the energy that we give. Atlantic City is full of energy. We from Atlantic City, so we bring that drive of the city within us, and Redonkulous. So I want people to see, like when we use Slayton City dealing with Blood Moon and all. I thought of
Now he's
the
in Lang City.
environment.
Level 1 takes place in Lang City. When part 3.
I know. I just mentioned another city, like a made-up city that we have made inside of it called Slayton City. You know, the energy and the vibrant of that city. I actually was inspired from like the lights of the casinos and the action that we use to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, you know, dealing with the city itself. You know what I mean? So I want people to recognize the energy that we bring. You know, it's actually from the city. It's because of the area that we in that we're from.
That also goes back to the unapologetic thing I just said. We from Lang City. We're not apologizing. I had people. We was in an Uber. Not just quick story with a lady, Caucasian lady, and she was like, "Ew, you're from Lang City," and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
how dare you say that?
Yeah, she was trying to
You
be
know what I mean?
condescending. Yeah.
Yeah, like people be like, "Oh, you from the cities, this and that." That's where we from, though. We rep Atlantic City as a whole.
Always.
Atlantic City is not a big city, truth be told. So to say we're from one area would be undermining how big we are from where we're from.
That's the story of inner city youth and why I asked the questions that I asked. For instance, y'all said that I come with the deep questions. The questions are made based off of your talent. So if you get good questions, that means you're doing your work. Remember, man gives you a job, God gives you your work. So your work created this interview. So salute to the Most High.
Thank you,
Salute
thank
to you for that. All right.
Absolutely. All to them.
But I know the things that you're talking about because I'm from Essex County. So I've heard people say, don't go to Newark. There's no good things that live in Newark. But my grandmother's from Newark. My family live in Newark. So
Right, absolutely, yeah.
Right.
I dare you say something like that, yeah.
And if it wasn't good, how could we inspire? And if we couldn't inspire, how could we teach? And if we couldn't teach, how come you copy us and you want to learn about us so damn much?
Right.
You feel me? And I mean, this goes all into the ending of this interview, which is all perfect because I have a couple more questions and then we're going to roll out. And y'all doing such a great job that everybody make sure you subscribe to Redonkulous Entertainment and make sure you go see that movie, Roads to Reminisce, coming out on December 9th in Northfield, New Jersey. Make sure you get your PayPal.
Are you free December 9th? Hold your questions for a second. I know this is your interview, but hold on. Wait, hold your interview. Are you free December 9th?
I told y'all I was going to be there, but I mean, since you're asking.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. We're actually live when you're showed up.
Right.
That's the difference.
I know. I gave my answer. It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, 5 p.m. Tilton Square. Because I keep saying 9.
Yeah.
Tilton Square,
Northfield.
Northfield.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
I didn't know the time. 5 p.m. So that's a work day for me. So I'll have to see if I can get there at 5. Because I get out of work at 3.
You have time. We have a pre-show. We're not going to air the movie till around 6:45.
Like 7.
We have a pre-event.
Whole red carpet event.
Yeah, red carpet event. It's going to so you have time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. No problem. Northfield, New Jersey. Got you. I gotta see how far is that from me, but whatever. I'll put it out there.
About 45 minutes.
Heritage Hip Hop will be there. 45 minutes from
Okay.
where?
This shit pop
Word.
From where?
Now,
45 minutes from where?
From when you left to Northfield, it's about 45 minutes. I'm just making up time.
Oh, yeah, he made up a time like where, where am I?
You got me talking. Oh my god.
Oh, where am I? Okay.
Var, you okay?
I just made up a time. It was like 45
I
minutes.
know. I'm gonna look at it when we stop the interview. I'm gonna look it up to make sure I can make everything. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna be there. No problem. No problem. For real. Because as everybody said, look, I really got the books. Y'all better get y'all.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do this. So
When we did our first interview, I still today in Redonkulous Entertainment, amongst our circles, I went on my long rant about being poor and all that, eating raw hot dogs. I still get teased about that rant to this day in Redonkulous Entertainment.
All right. All
On
right.
a very, I was poor. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I got you, but that's what's up. Let's finish out with a bang. We got like 4 more questions, and we're gonna go out with some heartfelt questions that is gonna
Cool.
let the world know how dope y'all really and truly are. Besides, because everybody talks about family and love and all this other stuff, but like you said, a lot of people will critique and criticize, but don't put the output or effort in to even know what the struggle is. What is the most important scar you've earned on your journey to greatness and longevity?
Oh wow. Wow.
Oh wow. February.
No. Yeah, for me,
February.
for me, I would say February. Go ahead.
Okay, no, let me have this one, Var. I can make this completely correct. That was such a good question that you have to tune in when we do Redonkulous interviews, season 2 for Redonkulous Black History and Redonkulous.
It's a reason, folks.
May I finish? Can I finish? I was trying to
Go
get in there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Redonkulous interviews in February. Redonkulous Entertainment is going to interview the Varcool Breach Queen, who I know you guys been where he's been the last 5 years. Well, answer that. This also answers your question in February. February.
Okay.
Tune in for that in February.
Okay. When Black Panther came out in the movies, right? A lot of creators said that's not the only Black character or person of color in comics, that there's more of us and our voices need to be heard. Since that movie has come out, what have you seen the growth of the voice or the growth of the demand for characters that look out like us? Or do you see people and companies who are mainstream still taking from you, snatching your growing fan base and trying to change their minds on you and take, the name? Like we're Marvel, we're DC, we're everything, and everything else is not, do you see that?
I always thought it should be more, like Black heroes. Like Blood Moon, he's Black. The Black Ninja, he's Black. But RE, we have heroes of like every race pretty much, you know what I mean? But I always felt like there should be a need of more known Black heroes that people could relate to. And I don't think that personally, I don't think that the Black Panther actually like started it then, but way back then maybe, yeah, but other than that, like I respect the notion of what they pushed and whatnot. But like I said, I always felt like there should be more there should be more Black women heroes actually.
Oh, well, I would definitely agree with that one, Navar. You hit the I definitely think it should be more Black hero women, or more. I'm very pro women, actually. So definitely more women, still heroes. I definitely think that. I feel like that goes understatement, Navar. It should be Black women, Spanish women, Indian, everything.
I mean, it is what it is.
And us as comic book characters, we don't be like, oh, we're gonna make a Black superhero. We never did that. We be like, we're going to make Maven Arrowshot. Then we made him. Then we be like, oh, okay, well, what race is he? Went after the development of it. We never go race first. We go character development, then race. And we only do race. It's not even just cut. It's hard to describe. We don't do race we want variety. So we be like, oh, well, we got 3 black guys. So let's have a white guy. Let's have an Asian guy. Let's have a Spanish guy. And maybe Blood Moon 1 alone, Bert's black, Blood Moon's black, Shilling Long, what is she, LeVar?
She's Caucasian.
She's Caucasian. Josh is Spanish. Asaga Amin's from Vietnam. Just that alone. You tell me the races we cover alone, just in that one book.
All right, so let's segue that, because the woman is where I was going with that question eventually, is this. And Ms. Fields,
Yes.
do not hold back. I want you to be as blunt, honest as possible. Being a woman in American culture has only been profitable within the last 10 years. And by not listening to women, by not honoring the woman, all men are guilty of this, because we are grown to be the strong guy that makes the girl think we're her hero, or we just buy women things when they're upset, and that's supposed to make them feel better. Not knowing that until we truly listen, and we all fall at this. We fell at this. I mean, it is what it is. We all fell at the part of listening to understand that nature of God that was given to show the nurturing and collective strength of love within itself. What do we have to do in entertainment, whether it's a comic book, a music, a drawing, even a speech, that gives honor to women in all aspects of the culture, so that not only are you appreciated, but you are truly the equal part that God made you to be?
I would definitely say, especially when it comes to having like male writers write for a woman character. Let's get some women writers in there. Let's get women in places of making decisions and get them in there, and more women artists, more opportunities for women in the entertainment genre. There's a certain voice that in a lot of cases that's missing, it's lacking. And I feel like if there were more opportunities created for women, more spaces for women, then those that can only better serve those characters. It can only better serve music and in all aspects of entertainment, basically.
You know what I mean, everybody? This is what makes Redonkulous dope to me, is because with 9 people and 9 different perspectives, not only do they give you 9 voices, but they give you depth and balance within the voices, because the stratus of their character is male and female. It's not just we making a comic book for little boys to show muscles, or we're going to draw what we think a woman should be and give her a voice. There's a female in the room on the board that's telling you how important a voice and a character is, and whether she wants the character also to hit and grow at the same time. Salute.
Females. 3 females with Redonkulous Entertainment.
Yeah. And myself, Courtney the Watcher Jackson, and Michaela the Apprentice.
Females, yes.
Read the hard way. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got the last 2 questions. I'm gonna give you a throwaway question. We're just gonna do this easy. How'd you like being on Heritage Hip Hop, and would you recommend us to anybody else in your field?
Any day of the week, twice
yeah.
on Sunday.
Oh yeah. Hey, Jordan,
Hey, listen.
enjoyed this very much.
So the plan is now, here's the plan, because I'm the plan man. You're going to come to the movie theater. We're going to interview you, and then we're going to get your initial action and then your after action in the movie. And we're going to tag, subscribe, like, share, whatever it takes to make sure that whoever listens to us, with the 1 fan that listens to us or the 100 fan that listens to us, they know you. They know Heritage Hip Hop.
Right.
That's what's up. Because on your media and press page, I ain't there. So I want to make sure I'll make it on the website. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? We can do that.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, yeah.
Oh, hey, look, man, like I said, I'll follow y'all. We here. So, everybody out there, thank you for watching this episode of Blerd-Hop on Heritage Hip Hop, where we celebrate comic books, video games, and the other side of hip hop that people steal and use, not knowing we are the masters of their entertainment and their lives. That we control their minds and if they want to take away the effort, we still survive, because God's heritage is hip hop. God's people, we made hip hop, heritage hip hop.
Absolutely.
God is the plan. So let's go to the final question. Now, I'm gonna ask you a different question than I asked y'all the first 2 times that we finished off. I usually ask, what is the legacy you want to leave behind to make the world better? Because you did. You said that on the first interview. The second one, I asked about the outreach of your company and where you want to go. See, that's done. Here's the most important question of the third interview. How many people y'all know get to a third interview on Heritage Hip Hop? Y'all seeing history. So here we go.
It's going to be more, guys. I can tell you that now. Listeners, viewers, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
This is history in the making. This is Denzel and Spike Lee.
Okay, hey, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So here we go. The outreach, the legacy, all leads to the road of becoming. So the most, or the ending question of your third interview is this. Finish this statement. If Redonkulous Entertainment never was, I could never begin to.
Imagine.
Wow.
I couldn't imagine finishing that statement.
Me, I would say made it through. Made it through. And stay tuned for February.
Okay.
February. I can't answer that. I can't finish. I can't imagine. I don't know. I always look forward. So
I think you did answer it, because when you said imagine,
Make the world more
I think
redonkulous.
and that's the tagline. Make the world more redonkulous. I like it.
Yeah.
So for everybody out there, what I want you to understand about this interview is it's not about being a comic book company. It's about passion. It's about strong will, determination, unbroken spirit, finding your truth, and then sharing your truth with the world. For the Bible says, a tree by the fruit and which comes from it. And if it gave bad fruit, then it's a bad tree. But here's the thing about the tree that I want you to understand. A tree gives oxygen and grass gives oxygen. So God perfectly clothed us in love because we could breathe on all aspects, high or low. Life exists all around us. And when you find something that you could exist within, then you give life and bring people to your purpose. Remember, your purpose is your work. Man gives you a job, God gives you your work. And the work of Redonkulous Entertainment is just beginning. Because while you think it comes from a book, it really comes from the heart and the genuine inclination that the spirit of truth and righteousness gives to them as a gift that they give to you. So with that being said, this is Kareb, a Heritage Hip Hop with Redonkulous Entertainment, and we're signing off saying peace, and we out.
Get Redonkulous.
Redonkulous.
Redonkulous.